Oh, not the magical girl transformation. Got a new sweatshirt. Isn't that so fire? I love it so much. And it's like really big. I love it when sleeves drop down like this. Like, why is it like some sweatshirts, they'll be like this? And it's like, it's not cozy at all, but like this, like all this room right here, like imagine the amount of bird seeds I could fit into this. It is now part 6 of my Genshin series. It's honestly so crazy. This is definitely like the longest playthrough on my channel and I'm enjoying it. Like I love recording it and seeing how the story develops. I love editing the videos. Editing is like actually my favorite part. Second to y'all's reaction. I love that you guys are loving the story so far and I love the advice you guys are giving me. Love how nice you guys are, and you know I say that like all the time, but it's just I'm really grateful for you guys because you know I'm not used to, you know, I'm not used to like that so much kindness. I mean, you know, like I got like good people in my life and you know they're nice to me or whatever, but you know it hits different when there's just like dozens of people saying like how nice and cool of a person you are, and it's just, you know, it's just so, it just gives me like the really good feelings, you know. It's just like, all right, enough of that. Every intro I do, I'm literally just glazing my subscribers. You guys are so amazing. I love you guys so much. You guys are just the reason why I wake up every day. Y'all give me so much motivation. In the last video, we met up with Daddy. We met up with Zhongli for the first time, and honestly I don't know why we're meeting up with Zhongli. I think he's supposed to be helping us with something because I could have sworn we went to all the Adepti to help us with proving our innocence, so I'm not really sure why we're meeting up with Zhongli. I guess he's like some form of intel. Oh, he's definitely some form of intel. Like this man literally knows everything. I mean, he can go on a rant about ants or just, I don't know, his anime figure collection. Like he can literally go on for days about one topic, and that's why the last video was so long, and also because I talk a lot as well. With the combination of both of us, we're gonna have a 5-hour long video. So we learned a lot in the last video, just, you know, about how Liyue reacted to Rex Lapis's death, how not really a lot of people knew about it. They just figured there were rumors or, you know, just gossip. And it seemed like with the way people reacted and how people weren't really going to the Rite of Dissension, that the GEO ARCHON was kind of forgotten by its own people. Towards the end, it kind of indicated that NINGGUANG has more influence than the GEO ARCHON. So like now it's like she's the successor to Rex Lapis's legacy, which, you know, period, because she is a queen. Oh yeah, and as I said, Child is up to something, so I'm pretty sure in this act, he's definitely gonna reveal his true colors, which is most likely ginger. If you're excited, hit the like button. Well, I mean, like if you like the video, hit the like button, subscribe for more, share. But anyway, intro is over. Most of my characters are at the same level as they were in the last video, but someone had commented that I should focus on building one character, which, you know, like, I agree. But also, it's like, if I just focus on one character, all the other ones would be like severely underleveled, you know? So like, I try to like keep them all at around the same level, but I did take their advice into account because I thought it was like really helpful. So I was focusing on Gami because he's like the main person that I use to deal damage and everything. So I got his talents like that, as you can see on the in the last video, Ganyu was sent as a messenger to come to us and tell us that NINGGUANG wanted us to come to the Jade Chamber, which is that little palace up in the sky. You know, it was kind of weird how she showed up at the same time we were talking about her. That's kind of suspicious, right? Friggin' stalker. I knew Ganyu was a creep. Gosh, I love the music in Liyue. But Inazuma, I think, might be my least favorite region. And it's mostly because the whole environment is trying to kill you. Okay, dude, okay, you see me trying to climb this thing. Can you, like, leave me alone?
Look up there! That's the Jade Chamber!
It's pretty high up.
This is bad. Paimon's supposed to be your guide, but Paimon doesn't know where the way up to the Jade Chamber is.
Why did she invite us and there's no escalator or elevator waiting for us? We should ask that emissary Ganyu. She's probably somewhere close by, honestly.
Since we want to go to the Jade Chamber, heading to its location on the map is the sensible thing to do. Let's look around. There has to be a way up there nearby.
How is she gonna invite us and we have no way to go up there? She is the worst messenger ever. That's like inviting someone to your house and you don't send them the address. Best we go back to Liyue and ask the Millelith. Why would they know?
Huh? Why?
The way up shouldn't be a secret. Or...
Oh, Paimon gets it. If it was a secret, Ganyu wouldn't have let us try to find it ourselves, right?
I can't believe this is a quest we're doing right now.
Let's look down there. Looks like we've gotten close to the Guizhong Ballista. Paimon has a new idea. Why don't we shoot you up to the Jade Chamber using the ballista?
My mind immediately went to, wait, if we can't get to the Jade Chamber, maybe we could bring it to us, and then we just shoot down the Jade Chamber.
This method does seem a bit unsafe.
I'm so, like, upset that there isn't a way to get up there. Like, they didn't, like, send a chauffeur. Still, I do remember that the ballista had a scope.
Oh,
see, we're about to shoot this thing down.
Now that you mention it, we could use the Guizhong Ballista to see if there's another way up
my camera
nearby.
a little bit. Bro, there's a Geoculus over there. Guys, what the heck? Y'all remember I don't remember which video I said it in. Oh wait, I think it was the Genshin farming video that I said I couldn't find the Geoculus, that it was so hard to find it. It's right there because like I don't have my reputation up in Liyue, so I can't make the Geoculus finder thing. Oh wait. Oh.
Who trespasses on these hallowed grounds?
Just passing through. Calm down.
Exactly. What are you talking about? We're invited guests. What makes you think you can treat us like this?
I mean, they don't know that we're invited.
Wait, maybe this was Ningguang's plan all along.
This is so annoying.
She pretended to invite us to the Jade Chamber, but set up a Millelith ambush here to arrest us.
NINGGUANG is like the worst host.
Now Paimon's mad. You, over there. This is a trick, isn't it? How shameless.
What? We're just on guard duty. What do you mean, shameless?
What nonsense! Seize these suspicious intruders at once!
Well, here they come. Line them up and knock them down.
Dang, Paimon. She got murder on her mind. Wait, I don't want to have Lumen on my team right now. Wow, like, did you see how he missed that? That was actually so cool.
Stop! What's all this about?
Is that, Kutching?
These two strange people suddenly appeared. They seem to have designs on the Guizhong Ballista.
Who are you calling strange?
We were just looking for the way to the Jade Chamber.
You want to go to the Jade Chamber? Who are you?
We were invited.
We're invited guests here to look for the Liyue Qixing. Who are you?
Qixing.
Well, as it happens, I am one of the Liyue Qixing.
Oh,
I'm Kuching, the Yuheng of the Qixing. I know of you, traveler. You're Ningguang's guests, yes?
Uh-huh.
Didn't expect to meet you here in the mountains.
wow. Paimon didn't think we'd meet some super rich big shot out here in the middle of nowhere either.
The Guizhong Ballista in Tianheng Pass has long been in disrepair, and yet it was fixed in a single night. I came here to investigate that occurrance.
Oh, yeah, we
These
might have
Millelith are
something
just
to
here
do
to
with
guard the
that.
scene, not to arrest anyone.
So this was all a misunderstanding? Paimon never would have thought.
Thinking isn't that hard, Paimon. Idiot. Stupid.
Anyway, for a mortal to be able to repair an Adepti mechanism is quite the mystery, even to the Qixing.
Well, we had a little help from Zhongli.
Was
We only did a tiny part of the work there.
Eh? Oh, right. So, Lady Yuheng, might you have any idea why Lady Tianquan invited us to go to the Jade Chamber?
Just call me Kuching.
Ka-ching.
I'd say that Ningguang's purpose is to request that the savior of Mondstadt take a more neutral stance. Or at least, to not wholly side with the Adepti.
We're not taking sides. We spoke with the Adepti. They want to protect Liyue as well.
When you say protect, you're referring to their sanctimonious arrogance, aren't you?
Huh?
You are mortals, and thus under their protection. There was no way they would have regarded you as someone with the ability to assassinate a god. Naturally, they would also regard Ningguang's locking down the area, questioning the citizenry, and pursuit of the assassin to be pointless work. Perhaps they even wonder if there might be a cover-up. I'll say it like it is. They're underestimating us.
Well, you've got a point there. Still, this is the first time Paimon's seen a person from Liyue who doesn't respect the gods or the Adepti.
Should I respect the shallow sense of time and condescension to mortals that has caused them to delay in moving against us, Qixing? Forget it. I shouldn't speak of them this way. This skepticism is mine alone, and Ningguang does not share it. Either way, I will admit that the actions of the Adepti this time were quite restrained. Rex Lapis's death is indeed an extraordinary circumstance. But to think that they would call for a council of Adepti rather than come down here directly. How surprisingly civilized of them.
I'm like a little bit confused. So I was like waiting for Paimon to explain like the whole thing like she usually does. The one time I need her to. Okay, so she doesn't like the Adepti, kind of talks down to them. Any chance you could talk it out with them?
Well, for Ningguang, she would talk anything and everything out if she could. But I doubt we can do that here.
Or is she upset because the Adepti are trying to intervene and she wants us to not side with the Adepti? I'm kind of confused on this part.
The time of the Adepti has long passed. If even the Liyue Qixing don't want to face that truth, then what future is there for Liyue?
Okay, so she doesn't want the Adepti to intervene because they're like, we got it handled. We don't need the Adepti coming in here.
I'll stop here. Honestly, I hadn't intended to say so much. But you're a good listener, Traveler.
That's ironic.
You should both be off to the Jade Chamber. Don't be late now. Ningguang's schedule is packed to the gills all the way till next year. The cream of Liyue's mercantile crop all see ascending to the Jade Chamber as the greatest honor. Each brings rich gifts as they visit, all to curry a little favor with Ningguang.
Favor?
Paimon, that's not the point.
But, wait, that's right. Greeting gifts are a staple of Liyue's culture. We need to get one. Not to...
All right. You can decide on your greeting. You didn't actually have to come. Well then. May we meet again, Traveler.
Well, that Yuheng may not respect the gods, but Paimon thinks she's a pretty cool person.
I understand that she doesn't respect the Adepti or the gods. She doesn't think the Adepti have a place in leadership anymore.
So, what should we give to Ningguang? Oh, right! Paimon has a feeling that why don't we go with that for a gift? Nope! But let's go gather ingredients!
I'm gonna skip this part, it's not important. But can I just say, this is stupid. Alright, we're back,
According
guys.
to Kuching, this is what we should say. Excuse me, do you sell the moon here?
Yes. How many would you like?
It's not convenient to speak
Why did that
of
sound like an
numbers
AI
here.
voice?
Ah, well said. Please, use this to ascend to the chamber. Yes, speaking of which, are you two the guests that Lady Ningguang has arranged to meet with today?
Obviously.
Yep.
And yet the code they used was not the one for guests, but for the Yuheng. What's going on here?
None of your business, though.
I've been waiting for you, returnee from Joyen Karst.
it's Ningguang. Since this is our first meeting, we've prepared a gift. I hope you like it.
Oh, for me. You have my thanks. It seems that I have made things difficult for you, considering that you were supposed to be my
Yes, you
guests.
have.
Oh no, it's nothing.
I'm glad you like it too. This palace floats in the skies, higher than the peak of any mountain. From this vantage point, one may survey all of Liyue. I have been gathering the funds necessary to build it from the time I began learning the merchant's craft. And since becoming the Tianquan, I have spared no effort in hiring the best craftsmen to constantly extend it. At first, it was but the size of one room. Now, it is large enough to blot out the moon in the skies above Liyue.
Wow.
One day, I believe it will overshadow all 7 nations.
Dang, she is ambitious. She does not lack for ambition.
Not many from outside Liyue earn the right to ascend to the Jade Chamber. But I have been in correspondence with the acting Grand Master of the Knights of Favonius, who spoke highly of you.
Wow. I didn't realize that they knew each other. I guess it makes sense because even though Jean is the acting Grand Master, she's still the leader of Mondstadt. So it would make sense why they would be in contact, because Ningguang kind of has that same position. She said she wants to make the Jade Chamber big enough to oversee the 7 nations. That's a big goal. So I wonder what she has in mind for that concept. Is she trying to be the whole leader of Teyvat, or she wants to become an all-seeing eye kind of thing, still be over Liyue but just be able to look at all the other 7 nations? I wonder what her goal is in that regard.
As such, I have been putting eyes and ears out ever since you reached Liyue.
Yeah, we noticed because Ganyu was eavesdropping on our
And
conversation
I finally
about
got wind
you.
of your movements when you were on the way to Wangshu Inn.
Oh, that was a long time ago.
Goldet, one of your people?
Who's that?
Just Vergoldet? No. Everyone at Wangshu Inn is one of ours.
Ooh. Did Paimon just cuss? Wow, she got connections. We also ran into the Yu Hong not long ago.
At the Guizhang Ballista, yes?
Who's the Yu Hong?
You weren't peeking on us from
The
the
treasure
skies
hoarders?
the whole time, were you?
I fear that peeking would have been a little difficult from this altitude. Our eyes and ears are more than sufficient. You two are very interesting people, after all. It would be natural to take an interest.
She said that the Qixing would not wish ill on Rex Lapis.
Well, I wouldn't expect you to trust us, considering that you have had far more interactions with the Adepti. The reason I invited you here was to clear up some misunderstandings.
Dang, Ningguang is thick. There must be a chest up there. Yes, I'm sorry for getting
I
distracted.
believe
like
that you've
Ningguang.
heard of the Archon War.
Rings a
Many
bell.
gods used to walk this earth, and many long wars were fought between them that did not abate until 2,000 years ago.
Okay.
Much blood was shed, and many lives were lost. In the end, only 7 victors remained standing in Teyvat. They built cities and nations on the corpses of the vanquished, and thus began the era of the 7.
Okay.
You can see Goyun Stone Forest from here, I trust. It is no natural rock formation. Those are giant spears of rock hurled by Rex Lapis during the war.
Wow.
Beneath the spears lie those cast down by Rex Lapis in those days, gods that failed to seize the title of Archon. Not only is it true that gods may die, but so too has the membership of the 7 changed over the last 2 millennia. Rex Lapis's passing is an unimaginable disaster for Liyue. But the Order of the 7 will not collapse simply because of that. Another Lord of GEO will arise sooner or later. Yet, how are we to forget Rex Lapis? When that time comes, the relationship between the people of Liyue and the gods and Adepti will surely be different from before. Even in a new era, the Liyue Qixing remain Rex Lapis's former subjects. Do you really think us capable of having played a part in his demise? Of lacking the foresight to see the certain repercussions?
She's saying they had nothing to do with it, but they did hide the exuvia. To even be able to have the power to do that is suspicious.
That day at Yujing Terrace, it was also very sudden. Even I was caught completely off guard. You were there, you no doubt saw. But our enemy has long lain hidden within the harbor. If we do not act against them now, they will surely gain the upper hand. Hiding the Exuvio was a necessary maneuver to take the initiative back.
Okay.
To play the spider while our foes scurry about.
Who's this enemy you're talking about?
What do you think, Traveler?
It's him, isn't it?
Huh? What are you two talking about?
Well answered.
Huh?
The scenery out here is fine indeed, but the wind is a little strong. Our preparations to receive guests within are complete. So please, this way.
Kinda crazy that a bunch of gods were fighting each other to get those seats of the 7 to become an Archon. Like killing people for a position. Because I imagine that some of them were friends and they were all fighting each other just to have this position of power. You know, I'm expecting NINGGUANG to give us a luxurious chest. If not, I'm suing. No, I am. Even though her lawyers will probably incinerate me.
What a huge hall!
Wow.
Paimon's never seen such a fancy place before.
Come on, bro. Where's the books? Where are the chests? Wow, this is a nice place. Okay, NINGGUANG, I see the interior design. This is so beautiful. I love this little canal area. This baby canal thing. These vases or vases. Beautiful. Okay, ma'am, I need you to like grab a towel or something. You're putting your fingerprints all over it. What's she doing? What? You're putting your fingerprints everywhere. There's a book over there. Oh wait, one moment, Lady NINGGUANG. Yes, I know I gotta speak to her. She can wait. I mean, she made it like so hard for us to come up here, so I'm gonna make her wait. I don't care how high of a status she got. I'm ready now, Lady
Be at
NINGGUANG.
ease, you two. Make yourselves at home if you wish.
Can we really?
No.
I have invited you two here as friends. And when friends come over to play, our enjoyment comes first. Naturally.
This is like so suspicious. Is that what I think it is?
Ooh, isn't this that legendary wall?
Why, you've kept your ear to the ground, I see.
That's because even the storytellers are talking about it. Everyone's after a piece of paper from that wall.
Okay.
It's super famous.
From the
That's
story.
because that wall records Liyue's secrets. Merchants have always been attracted to secrets. But the secrets of the mercantile world are of no interest to you, are they, Traveler? You're rather special, really, and I think you're quite aware of that. If possible, I'd like to have your trust. But
gotta
if you
earn
were
it
to
first.
choose the more trustworthy person between myself and Kuching,
Well, between your orthodoxy and her heterodoxy, I'd go with Kuching and her skepticism of the divine. Okay, so I didn't have a choice.
you'd pick Kuching? Nah, I had a feeling. I originally thought her a bit too hard-headed. With someone of her character on the Qixing, I've had some extra messes to clean up behind the scenes. But after she said those words, the time of the Adepti has long passed. If even the Liyue Qixing don't want to face that truth, then what future is there for Liyue? Well,
She heard that?
I must say that quite a few of my doubts have been dispelled.
She must have a wire
I
on
won't
Kuching.
deny that Rex Lapis's passing seems advantageous to us. But for Liyue's sake, we cannot allow ourselves to be shackled by rumors of our usurpation of power.
Oh, so maybe that she's seeing all along, they've been trying to basically take his position. But obviously they don't want to kill him or anything like that. But it was like bittersweet for them when they heard about his passing. They're like, oh man, it sucks that he died. But that means we're in charge now. I guess like people blame the Qixing because maybe everyone knew that the Qixing was after power, so they think that NINGGUANG and everyone is responsible for his death. Which I thought the same too, because she was pretty quick to say that Rex Lapis was dead, and I was like, I don't know about that. Maybe you should like, you know, call the ambulance or something. I surmise that the Fatui has a hand in these rumors. Okay, so the Fatui was spreading the rumors, I guess.
Indeed. It seems that you understood what I meant to say from the very beginning. I called for the gag order and for the exuvia to be hidden to temporarily stabilize the situation, and also to prevent something similar to the incident in Mondstadt. With Rex Lapis's death, the Fatui have busied themselves with many clandestine actions beyond their diplomatic remit. As the Tianquan, one responsible for Liyue, I cannot be too concerned with appearances when opposing them.
Ooh, I like that difference, because if this was Jean, she would have to keep everything under wraps with her involvement with like getting rid of the Fatui or like fighting the Fatui. But NINGGUANG is like, I don't care about that. I got money. I got the Jade Chamber. I got the power. I want to stand on business. Okay, NINGGUANG, respect. Also respect to Jean, because, you know, it can get messy with, you know, diplomacy and all that and political affairs. So this is the second time now that the Fatui was involved with things related to the Archon in a really big way. Like in Mondstadt, you know, they were messing with Dvalin and, you know, corrupting his mind or whatever. The Fatui were like, oh, we should just kill Dvalin. Yeah, let's just kill Dvalin. Like, oh, he's one of the 4 wins? No, we should just kill him. Like, you got 3 other wins. It's fine. They were doing that to throw off the balance of Mondstadt's power, because the Fatui, I think, their ultimate goal is to just overthrow all the leaders in Teyvat, so that the Tsaritsa can be the one true leader. So it makes sense that they went after Rex Lapis. The question is, how did they do it though?
Allowing the rite of parting to take place was also meant to buy some time for us to take control of Liyue's administration.
It's exactly as Zhongli said. The Qixing only provided the venue for the rite so they could use us for their own ends. Wait, that's right. Speaking of ends, could I say one other thing?
Oh, she said, could I?
Of course.
She usually says Paimon, and it said Paimon right there.
Anyone who sends a greeting gift gets a little something in return. So, does that include us?
Seriously, Paimon? Seriously? Like, we're literally talking about the death of a god and like how everything is getting thrown all out of whack and all you're concerned about is a present.
It's all right. I like direct people.
So we know why Paimon came with
We have made
us.
quite a bit of trouble for you recently. How about this? You can pick any one object here as you please, and you may take it with you.
Do I actually get a choice, or
I was just waiting
is
for
it
you
already
to say
decided
that.
for me?
Let's see, what should we get? One of the sheets on that wall. Don't look at Paimon like that. One of these sheets of paper will sell for crazy prices, even if it's only as large as Paimon's fingernail. Just imagine how much more a whole untorn sheet would sell for.
Dang, Paimon is like money hungry.
Grab one, the biggest one.
Bro, that's not why we're here. Also, I'm like really annoyed by Paimon right now. It's like, why does she get to choose?
Huh? Well, that was an easy search. The biggest sheet is right up there in the most obvious spot. Let's go with that one.
You know what? You know what this reminds me of? It reminds me of how in Animal Crossing, if you stay at one of your villagers' houses for a certain period of time, they'll be like, hey, you want to take anything from my house? You can take one thing. Anything. Not that though. Not that. But you can take the record player. Yeah, sure, that's fine.
There's a place marked with a circle on here. Oh, could it be treasure? Whatever it is, it better make us filthy rich. Let's see what's written over here.
You know, Paimon is a lot like
Something,
Ed from Ed, Ed, and Eddie. Like, all she cares about is money.
Aw, that doesn't sound like treasure at all. This piece of paper shows that a Qixing spy discovered traces of classified Fatui research on the Sigil of Permission. Oh, NINGGUANG did say that the Fatui have been up to all kinds of mischief in the shadows of Liyue, spreading rumors, wanting to get their hands on the Archon's body and whatnot. But research on the Sigil of Permission? Paimon wonders what they're up to. Speaking of which, there's also some connection between you and the Sigil of Permission. Seems there's still more for us to find out.
Child gave us the Sigil of Permission, and Child is one of the Fatui Harbingers. Didn't I say we can't trust him?
Oh, so that it's precisely because we can't completely trust Ningguang that we should confirm the truth of what she says for ourselves. That's way out of Paimon's league. Paimon thinks she's been nothing but good to us. Anyway, we'll see if you're onto something.
Sorry. Anything business related is confidential.
Ma'am, this is a private meeting. Get out of here. Okay, let me get the thingies ready.
There really were Fatui at the location written down on this piece of paper. And they look really mad at us too.
Wait, wasn't there another guy over here? I want to bring you down here, bro. Oh, there's still one more. You didn't hear your friends getting killed down there? He is such a coward. So fake. Okay, now is that it? Is that everyone? Why are they so scattered? Now is that everyone?
Oh, Paimon knows. But how did a relic of the Adepti end up in the hands of someone like Child? Suspicious. Oh, that's right. Cloud Retainer said that when the Lord of GEO created the Sigil of Permission, it wasn't to be used as some old relic. Talismans like that were once used in the Archon War to channel divine powers. Maybe the Fatui are copying the Sigil of Permission in hopes of achieving a similar effect. Being able to channel divine power in battle? Whew, that sounds pretty dangerous.
Maybe this paper is only a snippet of a much bigger plan.
We'll need to keep an eye on Child, that's for sure. That's enough sticking around here. We gotta go meet up with Zhongli soon.
Zhongli, my baby.
Right on time.
Ooh.
I myself only arrived moments ago.
Okay, that's good.
Did you enjoy your visit to the Jade Chamber?
Why is it so loud?
It was so big and pretty and expensive. Paimon's never seen such a fancy schmancy place before.
Indeed. It's second to none in all of Liyue. Then you met with Ningguang, I trust? What did you talk about with her?
You know, just about
super rich
corruption
and so
and the
generous.
Fatui.
Paimon thinks she's very friendly.
Business people are always friendly when it suits their interests.
Yeah, her take on Ningguang is quite different from Paimon's. She thinks that even the tactless Yuheng is more trustworthy than her.
I can't remember who the Yuheng is.
Oh. So you also met with Keqing then, contrary to the ever-bold Keqing. Ningguang is more of a businesswoman at heart, though they are both members of the Qixing. Although she's friendly, there's no way of clearly discerning her true intentions. She has only relied on herself to rise to her current position. No ordinary person could ever achieve that. It's said that she's the one behind the constant expansion of the Jade Chamber. It's the second most important thing to her. Even if she ever gave up the position of Tianquan, she would never give up the Jade Chamber.
The Jade Chamber is only second.
Yeah, that's what I was
What's the
thinking.
most important thing to her then?
Why, Mora, of course.
Yeah, that makes sense.
All Ningguang talked about was the Fatui this and the Fatui that. She said that after Rex Lapis was murdered, the Fatui have constantly been trying to sink their fingers into Liyue, and that they aren't to be trusted.
That is how the Fatui have always been. It doesn't surprise me in the least.
And now they are trying to reproduce the Sigil of Permission. So I wonder if, like, the one that Child gave us was a fake.
No matter what they may be planning, you must be careful when dealing with the Fatui. Always be on your guard.
So, is there anything we need to get for the rite of parting in Dihua Marsh?
Yes, as a matter of fact, there is. Today, we'll be gathering wild glaze lilies.
Lily.
Dihua Marsh used to be full of glaze lilies. It is a sort of joyful flower that listens to human song. Before the Archon War, Dihua Marsh was all dry land and fertile soil. But the war caused landslides, and the land was flooded, turning it into the marsh you see now. Nearly all the glaze lilies were wiped out.
Wow.
Of course, there are some kinds of flowers that have been preserved and gardened by people in the city. But very few people know that glaze lilies may still be found in the wild. Wild glaze lilies have the strongest fragrance. If we want to follow the true tradition of the rite of parting, we must grind up the wild lilies and place the powder in a censer of everlasting incense. But I'll need your assistance in gathering these flowers.
You mean you need me to pick them?
No, I need you to sing to them. Singing to the flowers will make them more fragrant.
So how good is your singing?
I can hold a tune.
Really? Why doesn't Paimon believe you?
I mean, we got Barbara on
We'll
the
only know
squad. She can
once
do
you
it.
start singing.
So I already know what's about to happen. This part, like, stayed in my memory because I was like, I can't believe that happened.
It's time to sing whenever you're ready.
Da 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 da.
What happened?
Bro,
These flowers are
if that happened to me, I would
really
cry.
angry. Is it because you sing a song for Mondstadt that they don't understand here in Liyue?
Man, I hate how the Whopper flowers, they literally just like fly all around whenever you attack them. Bruh.
Those weren't glaze lilies. Glaze lilies wouldn't hit people.
Those flowers put up quite a fight.
This little monster is known as a whopper flower. Strange. These petals look interesting. The glaze lilies used as a disguise were buried with the whopper flower for too long. The result seems to have surprisingly potent medicinal value. Let's collect what we can of these petals.
Well, that's nice and all, but will those petals be useful for the rite of parting?
Unfortunately, no.
That's so lame.
Excuse me.
Ganyu.
Are you searching for glaze lilies?
Oh, hey, it's... What's her face? Paimon can't remember.
Hello, traveler. I'm surprised you still remember my name.
We met yesterday, girl.
That reminds me. How was your visit to the Jade Chamber?
Well, it sure would have been better if you told us how to get up there.
Didn't I tell you the way? Surely I did.
No, you didn't.
Nope, we found the way on our own.
Oh, I see. Uh-oh. I guess I really did forget to tell them. Ah, well, I met you at that time as an emissary of the Tianquan. But now, I am simply out on a stroll to see the flowers.
You came all the way out here to see the flowers? Why not just enjoy the gardens of the city?
Yujing Terrace is where Rex Lapis parted from this world. If I strolled through those lonely gardens now, I wouldn't be able to bear it. Whenever my duties take me near Yujing Terrace these days, I draw the windows to block my view of the gardens.
Oh, sorry, we shouldn't have brought it up.
No, it's quite all right. I just haven't processed my emotions yet. When the Archon War came to its end 2,000 years ago, the first iteration of the Seven would gather in Liyue and drink with Rex Lapis. But 5 of those original 7 had already passed before Rex Lapis. It's truly a changing of the guard.
So Rex Lapis was one of the original 7. So who's the other one who's the original 7? Maybe the Shogun is one of the original ones.
Yes. Now that the spirit of Rex Lapis has returned to the heavens, only Barbados of Mondstadt remains of
just
the
kidding.
first 7. The other 5, including Inazuma's Raiden Shogun, are no longer the same friends from 2,000 years ago. Of the current 7 Archons, the youngest is Sumeru's god of Dendro. She is merely 500 years old, whereas Rex Lapis was more than 6,000 years old at the time of his passing.
Wow.
This means that Liyue had been under Rex Lapis's rule from the moment it was first founded 3,700 years ago. The city has never had to bid farewell to its deity.
Okay, so Rex Lapis was always in charge of Liyue, but then he just became the Archon during the Archon War.
So what do you think of this farewell?
Huh? This is a little sudden. As a mortal, I've never dared to imagine a Liyue without Rex Lapis. But as an Adeptus, I think I will eventually come to grips with reality. Since Rex Lapis has passed, the time of Liyue's contract with the gods and Adepti has now reached its end.
Huh? Did you just say as an Adeptus?
Yes, I am a mix of human and Chilean. Adeptus blood flows through my veins. I fought for Rex Lapis and the city of Liyue during the Archon War.
Wow.
After the war ended, I signed a contract with Rex Lapis and took the position as secretary for the Qixing. I've continued those duties to this very day.
Lumen is so rude. Look at the second dialogue option. The Archon War was 2,000 years ago, so she's at least 2,000 years old. Did the war start or did the war end in 2,000 years ago? No!
Those weren't glaze lilies. Glaze lilies wouldn't hit people.
And that just about does it.
Yes.
Our preparations for the rite of parting are mostly finished. Given the ease of picking glaze lilies, I think this was a fitting end to our tasks, in more ways than one.
All right, I think it's about time we head back to Liyue Harbor now. Those weren't glaze lilies.
Oh my gosh, we're in a time loop.
Huh? What happened? The city gate is...
The Adepti of Joyun Karst are finally on the move.
Do they intend to exercise force?
Most likely. I've heard that some members of the Qixing have already gone to meet them. Well, I say meet, but it's more like they're attempting to stall the Adepti outside the city. However, both sides were quite obstinate and hit an impasse.
It seems inevitable, given the current situation.
The Adepti do not acknowledge the Qixing. They only acknowledge the contracts of the GEO Archon. If the two sides come to blows, Liyue Harbor will be in no position to stop them.
In the beginning, when Rex Lapis died and Child gave us a sigil of permission, I think he was like stirring the pot with all of that. He purposely was helping us so that we would irritate the Adepti and make them want to come back to Liyue Harbor, like make them upset on purpose. And now the Qixing, they're just like, oh no, we don't want the Adepti over here because the time of the Adepti has long passed. And now they're gonna like go to war, basically because of us, because we're the ones who told the Adepti that Rex Lapis had died. And so we're kind of like, you know, stoking the flames with that. That's probably why Child was helping us, so that we can make the Adepti mad and have them come over here so that the Adepti and the Qixing take out each other and then the Fatui can take over.
Do you intend to use your neutral identity as an intermediary between both sides? Or will you use your sword to turn the balance?
Whatever
Neither
the
path
story
is an
wants me
easy
to do.
one.
Oh, by the way, Mr. Zhongli, we've heard that the Wangsheng funeral parlor has also been caught up in all of this. They're currently squaring off with the authorities at the gates.
Things are taking a turn for the worse. I'm afraid I must leave now to handle things back at Wangsheng funeral parlor. I hope that Master Hu has been able to keep things under control for the moment. Consider your next course of action carefully, traveler. If you're trying to prevent an explosion, it may be wisest to look for the fuse first.
Oh, Paimon gets it. If there's anyone that wants to see the whole city turned upside down, it's definitely him. He must be waiting for the moment when no one is watching to do something really bad. But where could we find him now? Where would he go at a time like this?
Follow me. Dang, we're probably gonna find him, huh? It's so fitting that it's raining right now, because it's about to go down.
Wow! This is the Golden House? It looked impressive enough from the outside.
Wow,
but
look
who
at all
would've guessed
that
it was even
Mora.
fancier on the inside. And so full of Mora.
Bro, there's a dead guy in the
This is where
corner.
all of- Huh? Look! What happened here?
They've been knocked unconscious. He doesn't look like he's breathing.
Uh-oh. Paimon smells trouble. Quick, we have to go make sure that the Exuvia is all right.
That's Rex Lapis. They just got his body like that? Chest. Oh, sorry, sir. Didn't mean to like run over you.
You've already fulfilled your task as guides, so why do you still linger here? Haven't you already seen enough trouble for today?
Huh? Who's there?
If you were Fatui, I imagine that you would be entitled to a generous reward from the Tsaritsa herself. But now, you're nothing but dross, and you're in my way.
Looks like I was just in time then.
Although I'm deeply grateful to you that I was able to effortlessly find this secret location. Don't you think that trying to stop me now would just be wasted effort? Stopping the Mora Mints, hiding away the Exuvia. The Chising are really pulling out all the stops this time. We now come to my favorite part. A simple pleasure, and one that I am oh so delighted to be sharing with you. The battle.
Battle? So you're the type that
Delayed
goes looking for trouble, huh?
You could say that.
We won't let what happened in Mondstadt ever happen again!
Oh, so you intend to fight me? Good. I won't kill you, Traveler. I'll just play along, to feel the thrill of battle. Besides, you could never defeat me, not even in your wildest dreams. But hey, try to relish the fight anyway, because if you ask me, without that, what else is there?
I could never defeat you. You're completely delusional. Say it with your chest, Lemon.
Fighting talk, I love it! Now let's see you live up to it.
Gosh, see, I said we couldn't trust you
This chance
guys.
is hard to come by, so show me all you've got.
Whoa.
So that
Hold up, child. I am not ready yet.
very few ever get the chance to square off with the Fatui Harbinger. So come now, amuse me, and don't you dare disappoint.
Lemon, we were killing that. It's okay.
Not bad. Your swordsmanship is quite impressive. But that's about as far as you'll get.
Yes, Lemon. What was that?
Didn't think you had that card hidden up your sleeve.
You were just playing us to get close to the Exuvia!
Uh-oh.
Oh, quiet down. Stop acting like some wide-eyed recruit. You've seen this world. You of all people should know. This should have been expected! Well then, I'll be taking Morax's Gnosis now! Huh?
Psych.
I see. Well, this is most unexpected. You beat me to it, didn't you?
Oh, not the magical girl transformation. Okay, but that looks clean though.
Not bad. But this is going to cost you! Yeah!
Wow. Just destroying property just like that, huh? We didn't even take the Gnosis, bro. Alright, let's hurry up because my attack food is going low. Alright.
You got to the Gnosis ahead of me, didn't you? Did you simply move faster? Or did you leak the information regarding the Golden House to me on purpose? No matter. And the Gnosis over. Now, don't make me take it from you.
We didn't take it!
Freeze!
Okay, that was way easier than I thought it would be. That's so funny.
Look!
Are you done with your little tantrum?
Well then, time to cool off. It seems the burden of the foul legacy transformation was too great for my body.
Oh, boo-hoo.
I lacked the opportunity to think this through. And now that I consider the matter more carefully, you never had any chance of beating me to the Gnosis. You had no connection to the Gnosis, no matter where it had been taken.
That's what we've been trying to tell you. We didn't take it.
He literally just admitted that
Your
he's
show
stupid.
of ability today far surpasses that of Senora's initial assessment of you in Mondstadt. Tell me, how could that be?
Because I'm gradually restoring my former power. How powerful is the Traveler?
You already know the answer, don't you? I can see it in your eyes.
See, if I were Lumen, I would just kill him right
This
now.
battle has already left me satisfied. Anyone who strives as I do to grow stronger shall be called a
He's
friend.
a weirdo.
Even if our friendship can only be shown in battle against one another.
I will never be your
Pretty
friend.
sure that's not the normal way to make friends.
Yeah. Like, what the heck?
Unfortunately, I must bring this amiable conversation to an end. My quest still beckons. Given that the Gnosis wasn't taken by anyone, then we must look once again to the beginning. Perhaps it was never in the Exuvia to begin with. In fact, it might be that the Exuvia was just a diversion of sorts.
Ooh,
What?
yeah.
So you mean that...
Rex Lapis still lives.
Yes, it appears so. Interesting to say the least.
Wow.
It seems that the guardian deity of the capital of commerce is also well versed in little maneuvers beyond the boundaries of contracts. As such, we must now look to our backup plan.
backup plan?
I had hoped it would never come to this, for the weak will be swept away in the process. The truth is, the world belongs to those who pursue strength. I seldom willingly involve myself with the weak. I will awaken the god that lies dormant beneath Guyon's stone
Oh,
forest.
that which lies beneath.
God?
Osile, overlord of the Vortex, who was defeated by Morax, the GEO Archon in the Archon War, and who has remained pinned beneath the waves by the GEO Archon's stone spears ever since. If such an ancient god were to be unleashed upon Liyue Harbor,
Oh wait, I
defenseless
think
without
that's the place
protection
where
of
we
its
saw
deity,
the
do
from
you
the
think
Jade
the cunning
Chamber.
Rex Lapis would just stand aloof and watch the ensuing destruction?
But the Archon War ended 2,000 years ago. How can an ancient god appear in a world now overseen by the Seven?
Simple. I've already prepared the means to awaken it.
Hey, those are sigils of permission.
Oh,
Paimon remembers now. The Fatui have been researching them.
I saw your research with my own eyes.
Indeed. The one that was given to
Oh,
you
that's the
was just a
divine
byproduct
power
of
that
our
they're
research.
using it for.
With the power of so many sigils of permission concentrated in one place,
Yeah.
along with that which was bestowed upon me as a harbinger by our Tsaritsa, breaking the subduing might of the GEO Archon spears for a time should be no obstacle.
Okay, that's crazy. He can channel into Foul Legacy and do the sigil of permission thing. Because would he not die from that? Yeah, this is the area we saw from the Jade Chamber. Okay, surround sound. Oh gosh.
Let's see. Will the nation that has lost its deity be swallowed up by an ancient malice once more? If you wish to drown together with the people of Liyue, you're free to stay and enjoy the show.
This man is crazy.
Huh? He's already gone. That guy is fast. What's going on?
Man, I wish every cutscene was like this. I love the cutscenes, but they're always so short. Oh my gosh, it's like a Hydra. You see what I mean? It's so short.
Paimon's exhausted. If we hadn't happened to see the Jade Chamber flying over just as we came out of the Golden House, we really wouldn't have known which way to go.
I mean, is this the time to like really talk about that?
Is the Overlord of the Vortex still in the sea? It hasn't destroyed Liyue yet, has it?
Do we not see this
you
thing?
doing here?
Hold on. It's the Adepti. What are you doing on the Jade Chamber? Paimon thought you were arguing with the Chising. Is the fighting over?
faced with a calamity of such magnitude, we have agreed to put our differences aside for now and unite against this common enemy.
Okay, look, it's good and all that they're on the same side now, but I really wish we would have got that cutscene of them talking to each other and hashing things out, because it just seems so sudden for them to suddenly be getting along because of what's happening. I don't know, that's kind of weird.
So how do you plan to defend Liyue?
We've got new Millilith recruits who can't even stand at attention without shaking. The force of an ancient god's presence seems to be too much for ordinary people to handle. Which is why we must stop that monster before it gets any closer to Liyue Harbor.
The Qixing did once research the matter of the Guizhong ballista when it piqued their fancy. And as fate would have it, one who did craft the Guizhong ballista with one's own hands is here.
Oh.
For what could you mortals ever learn of Adepti mechanisms? Yet, it would take one, but a little tinkering to turn this ballista
Oh, so she named
into
it
an
after
engine of
Guizhong.
war beyond your wildest thoughts.
I suppose this is one blessing from the Adepti that we should be thankful for. So be it. We shall use the upgraded Guizhong ballista to fight off that god. All the Adepti here can lend their strength to man it. We haven't a moment to spare. Our battle begins now.
Is the Guizhong ballista really that strong? I just see it as like a big bow and arrow. Let's go, NINGGUANG. Okay. Bro, why is she a 4-star character? That doesn't make any sense. She's doing all of this and she's a 4-star character? Yes! Oh, great. How did y'all even get up here?
They're attacking the Guizhong ballista!
Let's go, Kuching. Kuching.
The three Adepti are manning
Let's
the
go,
Guizhong
let's go, let's go.
ballista. Do
where
not
are
let
they?
the Fatui disturb their work.
All able Millilith, with me!
Let's go help too!
Wait,
We
where's
Adepti
Kuching?
have not faced a god in several millennia. Let one see what you're made of then. What strength remains within you? One wishes to witness.
Summon!
Up to it, Monzai!
Let me at him, let me at him. Where?
That is Osial's divine power.
Uh-oh.
I am very familiar.
Oh, not the trauma.
Be careful not to get hit.
Oh, no. Oh, okay.
Snezhnai's diplomats will answer for this afterward. Every last one.
The ancient god's attacking again! There are so many Fatui too! We can't help!
Were you about to say we can't hold them, children?
Oh my gosh, thanks, Madam King. Please help me. Oh my gosh, Lisa's dead.
Don't lose heart. Here, take this.
With the blood of the Chilean, I guard you against evil. Cast your fear of injury by the wayside and fight with all your might. I too did this during the Archon War.
Yes. Give me all your energy.
My name means swiftness. Take my
Yes!
power and run as I do.
Thank you, Zhao. Thank you. Okay, Paimon's commentary is not needed. Go, Barbara, go! Yeah.
Child, you are strong in body and spirit. But perhaps you can withstand 3 forms of adeptal energy at once.
This will hurt a little. Please bear with us.
Once you've adapted, try to use them in battle.
Yes, all the power is flowing through my veins.
Congratulations! Many happy returns!
Exercise caution. I fear that the god's power has reached its peak.
In other words, if we hold here, there's nothing worse to come, right?
Fight on, comrades! Once we finish this lot off, the Adepti will be able to deal with the god in peace.
Who was that? Let's go, Kuching. Kuching.
The interlopers are no more. Now we may commit ourselves fully.
Let's go. Dang. See, NINGGUANG made the ballista do that. Why is she a 4-star?
It's working! We just need to keep this up!
Uh-oh. Imagine all the citizens just watching this happen in horror. Oh. Yeah, that's... Uh-oh. Let's go, Zhao! Now, I don't know what happened to the other soldiers. Oh, okay. They're good.
Be careful now. The Guizhong Ballista is destroyed. Without its covering fire, retaliation shall be difficult.
But the Jade Chamber is our last line of defense. We can't give another inch, no matter what.
I have another idea.
What do you mean, Lady NINGGUANG?
I'll sacrifice the Jade Chamber.
What is the meaning of this?
I understand.
Traveler, lend me a hand. Farewell, old friend. Goodbye for now. Let us meet again in the future.
Wait, what's happening? Aww, it's beautiful. Watch there be like a round 2.
Is it finally over?
The ominous aura of that monster has indeed begun to fade. The effects of the Sigil of Permission last but a short time. It will be some time before the Overlord of the Vortex can make any waves again.
Okay, so how do you kill it
We
then?
are indebted to you for your assistance.
Y'all should probably get on that.
If the Adepti hadn't happened to be here, the future of Liyue Harbor would surely have been in great jeopardy.
Save your flattery. We didn't just happen to be here. Surely you won't pretend to have forgotten the reason for which we came.
Cloud Retainer, just
Come now.
shut up.
There's no need for such harsh words, Cloud Retainer. I've heard that when NINGGUANG began learning to do business, she had already started setting aside part of her then limited income in preparation for building the Jade Chamber.
Wow, so she's
At
always
first,
had high
it was
ambitions.
only the size of a small room, but with continued expansion, it has become the palace that lies before you now. It is a testament to NINGGUANG's entire life, both as a businesswoman and as the backbone of the Liyue Qixing.
Yeah, that's a
Seeing
lot of
the
backbone
Jade
in my
Chamber
face right there.
destroyed in the defense of Liyue means much to her. To me, such cooperation and sacrifice deserves at least some recognition, don't you agree?
Well, I was really hoping you would say that such sacrifice could at least be used as some leverage in our negotiations. Thank you all for hearing me out. We know very well why the Adepti came here today. But please forgive us. We cannot yield to your wishes.
Oh?
3,700 years. According to our records, the Adepti signed a contract with Rex Lapis to protect Liyue 3,700 years ago. Even to this very day, Liyue and its lands have stood the test of time, immovable as stone, just as it was thousands of years before. This is truly no small feat. But that does not mean that the Liyue of today is the same city as it was all those years ago. Do not merely cast your protective gaze upon the land. Instead, focus your sights on our city and each of the citizens that dwell within it.
Are you questioning our means of protecting Liyue?
I mean no offense. I simply hope that our Adepti forebears would see Liyue in a new light.
Forebearers, you say? One doubts you would be fit to be part of such a lineage.
I mean, did she not
This
prove herself
morning,
just now?
Rex Lapis appeared to me in a dream.
What?
In the dream, I yearned to tell him that we Qixing, though mortal, are equally bound to the contract. Each passing generation of the Qixing leaves many things of value to be inherited by the next generation. I also thought to tell him how the past generations of Qixing had strove under his rule to survive in our mortal world, establishing a network of contracts which has since come to be known as trade. But I dared not speak. I could only gaze at him in silence until the moment I awoke.
Oh, Ningguang.
We're all on the same side here.
Yet another perspective. What are you trying to say, Outlander?
When there is discord between the Guardians and those they were meant to defend, harmony becomes very difficult to restore.
Right. That's something that happened in Mondstadt. It's a story about the Four Winds and the people of the Animal Archon. The Animal Archon sought to quell the strife between the two sides because he believed that such conflict would only scar the hearts of both, and that nothing good would come of it.
Each of the 7 nations has its own scars from the past.
Though your point is the very height of simplicity. As Adepti, we've become a laughingstock, to be chastised thus by an outlander who has lent us such succor.
All right, all
Sucker.
right. Didn't Ningguang suggest that we should focus on the city and each of its citizens? I know I already have, so why not see for yourselves?
I apologize for appearing in full armor. I am afraid I cannot show the proper courtesies.
And who are you?
I am Feng Yan, a sergeant of the Millelith. I have come to extend my thanks to the Adepti. I thought this battle would perhaps be my last. But thanks to the aid of the Adepti, our forces were not as badly battered as I feared we might be. Although I am a mere mortal soldier, I promise to hold the line and never betray the grace given to us by the illuminated Adepti this day.
Huh? Why does everyone look so down? Didn't we just beat that big monster?
Weren't you frightened, dear? It was quite the predicament.
I wasn't afraid. All the strong Millelith guards were there, and those powerful heroes with their visions were there. Everyone was there. When danger is near, everyone always protects me. And the rest of the time, they make fun toys and tasty snacks and loads of things that make the harbor so pretty. Thanks for protecting Liyue Harbor. Please come visit us for the next lantern rite.
Unfortunately, we wouldn't be able to participate.
Huh?
Because we are Adepti.
Oh,
We are Adepti.
okay. It must be hard being an Adeptus. Aww.
You see, this is what Liyue is like today. The country of contracts is grateful to the Adepti for their protection. But it is no longer necessary for the city to rely on the Adepti's power to solve every little niggling matter. Although their blood is weak,
She could have used a different
there
word.
is still strength to be found in those we call mortals. The time of contracts between gods and Liyue has long
Niggling.
since passed. Now is the time of contracts between Liyue and its people.
Seeing the port around us now, it is hard not to feel a bit out of place. Wouldn't you say so, Cloud Retainer?
Your line of inquiry is askew. One did not spearhead this expedition to Liyue Harbor.
Seems like the the Adepti have had a change of heart.
They've listened to what the people have said, and they're trying to understand things from their perspective.
Let us return now.
Eager to leave, conqueror of demons.
It's too much socializing for him.
Yes, one understands what the Conqueror of Demons means. The city of Liyue has changed much after our long separation. One fears that by the time one finally grasps the new contracts of Liyue, you humans would have once again changed the place beyond recognition. Fair enough. Away we shall, and return whence we came.
Since we Adepti have consensus, then one shall persist no further. But how will we ensure that the Liyue Qixing will not simply exploit their power once we depart?
True.
In my view, that is still a thing to be guarded against.
All right, Mooncarver, you needn't worry. It seems to me that this right of supervision is best left to the people of Liyue.
Looks like the conflict between humans and Adepti was avoided. All's well that ends well, huh?
Well, not really, because Cloud Retainer is still standing right there.
Oh, right! It's nice that we've got peace and all, but we're forgetting one thing. Child wanted to unleash the god so he could lure Rex Lapis
Oh,
out.
and then he didn't come out.
But
Probably because
we were
Rex
able to
Lapis
handle
knew
the
that he's
Overlord
not,
of the Vortex on
that
our
they can
own.
handle it.
So Rex Lapis never showed up. Oh, and speaking of that, don't we still need to get to the bottom of that Archon's death too?
And who better to ask than Zhongli? Why would he be at the bank? Because I imagine Child would be there. You know, maybe he's taking out some of his savings. Because, you know, we know Zhongli don't got money.
You call this cooperation between Harbingers. Cooperation involves communication, you know.
Oh my gosh.
Don't take it to heart,
They're just doing this at the bank?
Besides, aren't you happy that you got to skip the formalities and bring chaos to the land? I'm sure you must have enjoyed that. Oh, it seems that some of your friends have arrived.
Hey, it's Zhongli and Child. And you're also one of the Harbingers?
Senora.
It's you two. I believe we've met once before. In the city of Bards, was it? I'm glad you still remember my name.
Yeah, how could we forget?
Ah, right. I imagine that it must have been rather hard to forget watching helplessly as something precious was snatched away from your friend.
Well, if it isn't you two. This is our first time seeing each other since Liyue was nearly wiped off the map. This is certainly a bit awkward, wouldn't you say?
Why are they acting like this happened 2 weeks ago?
I knew that we should never have trusted a Fatui Harbinger.
Obviously.
Oh, now don't say that. Sure, I may have misled you, but I never had anything against you personally. We just have different views, that's all. Of course, you may very well hold this against me, but that's up to you.
Yeah, I will.
The real deceivers here are Senora and Zhongli. Curse them for leading me on. So actually, I think...
Stop wasting time, child. There'll be plenty of time to chat once I'm through here. You remember the agreement, Morax. Now, if you would be so kind. The Gnosis, please.
What in the world are you talking about?
The contract is fulfilled. That which thou seeketh is now bestowed unto thee. For my promise is solid as stone.
Zhongli? But why? Why? Okay, I see it.
How sanctimonious.
So you're the Lord of GEO? No, wait. That's an exciting twist and all, but why give the Gnosis to the Fatui?
I do not give it for free. I give it as agreed upon in the contract. For it is a matter solely between the Tsaritsa and I.
Yeah, you don't think you went a little bit too far with that whole fake death thing? Everyone was preparing the ceremony for you, and splat! This big dragon falls out of the sky!
I hated
Gathering
that. It
all
just takes
the
away from the
forces that have been
seriousness.
bubbling behind the scenes, and then stirring them together in a pot that was bound to boil over. That's what he wanted to see, am I right?
Wait, what?
Perhaps it's best that I explain.
Yes, please.
As you know, I've dwelt upon this world for more than 6,000 years. It is now 3,700 years ago that I founded Liyue together with the Adepti. Even boulders that can withstand whirlpools will erode with the passing of time. I kept convincing myself that cracks had not begun to form, and that the end of my time had not yet come. Until one drizzly day, as I was strolling along the harbor, I heard a merchant tell one of his workers, "You finished your duties. Go ahead and call it a day." I stood motionless among the crowds, asking myself, have I already finished my duties?
Oh, Zhongli.
But as I began to consider relinquishing my divine role, I soon discovered that many reasons still remained to not hastily depart. Was Liyue, the city I had dwelt in for so long, already prepared to enter its next age? I decided that a test was needed in order to reveal the answer. So I feigned my own death, and gathered the cast of Child, the Adepti, and the Liyue Qixing to play their roles together on the stage that was Liyue. That's right, which is why I continued to safeguard the Gnosis until now.
Just as a child quickly matures after losing their parents, so has Liyue matured when faced with the death of its deity.
The resolution to all that has transpired was even more satisfactory than I could have hoped for. Take the Adepti, for instance. Owing to their years of seclusion, they were the least informed. Yet when faced with a crisis, they commendably showed the greatest amount of restraint possible. Not only did they manage to cooperate with the Qixing, but in the end, they even made efforts to understand the hearts of the people. Credit is also due to Signora, the emissary dispatched by the Cryo-Archon to fulfill our contract. At my request, she kept everything she knew in strict confidence. This despite the eavesdropping ears of her colleague, Child. This meant I could remain as Zhongli, even having the chance to fulfill the age-old traditions of Liyue in this mortal form. Thank you for joining me on this journey, traveler. All of these things turned out as I had planned. There is only one thing that I had not anticipated, and that was the conduct of the Liyue Qixing. I had expected them to do no more than the Adepti, to come to the defense of Liyue. But when all was said and done, they seized the opportunity to supplant Liyue as divine protectors, and used the subsequent power vacuum left by my death to quickly gain complete control of Liyue.
Huh? That doesn't sound good at all.
Ha! On the contrary, I think it is excellent. I had always feared that it was too soon for them to take over from me. And it was also that which I longed for the most. As such, this is the best parting gift anyone could have given this god of old.
Hey, what about me? Doesn't anyone feel the least bit of remorse for deceiving me? You've practically kept me in the dark.
Well, how does it feel, Child,
I think
to
that
feel
thanks would
manipulated?
be more appropriate. You certainly played no small part in all of this, wreaking havoc and turning the city upside down. The Lord of GEO ought to thank you for your performance, if anything. If you hadn't created the pressure of a battle between mortals, Adepti, and a god, the lump of coal resting in the hands of the Geo-Archon, Liyue, would never have been able to become a dazzling diamond of a city.
Huh? Just whose side are you on, mocking me like that? Are you itching for a fight? Be that as it may, you've come out of this as the hero of Liyue. I, on the other hand, will be forever prescribed as a disturber of the peace, no?
I mean, whose fault is that?
Well then, with the Gnosis in my possession, I have no use for such idle chatter. We should return to Zapoljarny Palace and seek an audience with Her Majesty, the Tsaritsa. Come, Child.
Fine. I'll meet you there later. I'm not sharing a boat with the likes of you.
Do as you wish.
Now then, is there anything else you wish to ask me?
What could possibly be worth a gnosis?
Right!
Realistically speaking, there is no such thing.
Huh?
If the deal was of no benefit, then I certainly would not be inclined to agree to it. My agreement with the Cryo-Archon will be the last of my contracts as the GEO-Archon. My contract to end all contracts. As for the bargaining chip that the Tsaritsa used to balance the scales, uncover that answer for yourself in your future journeys.
That's annoying. But that was a lot of information. Let me think about like everything they said. So basically everything was Zhongli's plan. You know, faking his death, getting the Fatui involved, getting the Adepti involved, the Qixing. So Zhongli faked his death, and in a way to test to see if Liyue would still be okay if he left was to basically get the city attacked and see how the Qixing and the Adepti would react to it. And they reacted the correct way, which is why Zhongli gave his gnosis. But as to the reason why he gave his gnosis, that has yet to be discovered.
Hear ye all!
Hear
the
ye, hear
Qixing's
ye.
words. Though a dragon soars ageless as the mountains, it too must return to dust. This is common knowledge. Gods and Adepti live glorious lives, but both light and shadow have their season. So too must they face divinely appointed trials. Rumors and hearsay abound on the streets that Rex Lapis was murdered. Now, let the truth be revealed. Having been thwarted in his trial, Rex Lapis's soul has recouped the celestial heights. He beseeches the people of Liyue to grieve not, and to let not their hearts be saddened. Nor are they to believe street-born rumors, or indulge in baseless speculation.
See, if I was a citizen here, I would be so suspicious.
Why would they suddenly give up looking for the murderer? Not to mention how this excuse sounds like something they just made up on the spot. Could the Qixing already have known that Rex Lapis wasn't dead? But Zhongli said that neither they nor the Adepti knew anything. Did Zhongli tell them in secret after his gnosis changed hands? Look, it's Ningguang and Keqing. Are they saying something? Are their speeches over?
What I'm confused about though is why didn't they do a rite of parting for Rex Lapis? Why did we have to prepare it instead of the Qixing doing it?
As said previously, Rex Lapis's soul returning to the heavens is the end of the contract. And it is also the end of an era.
3,700 years of contracts burnt and reduced to ash.
Like, I would think NINGGUANG was up to something if I was a citizen.
We, the people of Liyue, were indeed prosperous. But blinded by our
Especially
prosperity,
since she pronounced him dead too.
we forgot that time can be pitiless.
The long, unending dream of our Archon walking among us.
Now that we have awoken from our dream, we must learn to say farewell. Will you stand
no one
with
cares
us
about the rite
as
of
we
parting either. There's
reestablish our
like 10
contracts,
people here.
as we build a
Just
new
like the rite of
age of
dissension.
prosperity?
So concludes the words of Her Eminence the Tianquan. Does Her Eminence the Yuheng have anything to add?
Huh? Is she looking this way?
Traveler.
Yikes! She really is looking our way!
Is that the traveler who they say defeated the ancient god?
So young. The Liyue Qixing always repay their debts. And as you have heard, our eyes see far and our reach is long. Name your price. You deserve that much.
Whoa.
She's gonna ask about her brother.
Well, could you help me put up some missing person posters?
Well, well, well. Well, well, well. Look who we have here.
Hey, Zhongli!
Oh wait, hold on.
Look at this. Everyone in Liyue is caught up in their emotions, thinking that they'll never see Rex Lapis again.
Okay, two things. Isn't it kind of morbid that Zhongli, he works at a funeral parlor and he faked his own death? And then he also did his own rite of parting for himself. But also, two, I really wonder if Zhongli will ever come back as Rex Lapis again at like some point in the story when there's like a really big battle. Because I feel like when Genshin ends, if it ever ends, because it's like such a big game and a big story, because I feel like there will be like a huge final battle kind of thing. So I wonder if he is going to emerge as Rex Lapis for one final time to help everyone fight. That would be so cool. I really hope that happens. Honestly, I hope like all the Archons are fighting in that war. The story is probably leading up to a war of some kind.
Why would I not feel more at ease after laying down the burden I have borne for 3,700 years? Right. If the two of you can spare the time, I should treat you to a meal at the Xinye kiosk.
Ha! That sounds like big talk, Zhongli. Paimon might have believed you if you were treating us to some third-round knockout, but you'd have to pay out your nose just to stand inside Xinye kiosk. Are you sure you can afford it?
You're right. I do like the Mora.
But why would Morax like Mora?
As the Rex Lapis Morax, I can easily create Mora. But since I have chosen to walk this earth as the mortal Zhongli, I should abide by the same rules that mortals do. When I was journeying with you, though I still had the Gnosis in hand, I knew that I must soon retire from my role as an Archon. So I had to rehearse a little for my new life.
He's low-key manipulative.
Oh, no wonder!
In the City of Commerce, we do not merely exchange money or goods. We also exchange knowledge, memories, and foresight, as well as positions, roles, and lives. The Archon Morax could never experience life as the true mortal Zhongli could, no matter how many times he descended to be with his people. I must thank you for that. I will treasure the memories that I made as Zhongli, traveling the streets of Liyue with you.
It was a fine journey.
That is true. But there is no journey that does not end. No meetings without partings.
Paimon thinks that we should make a move and continue our search for the Seven.
I fear that continuing your journey may be difficult. The nation that neighbors Liyue by sea, Inazuma, is presently closed. Yes, the nation has been closed by order of its deity, the Electro-Archon Ball. And just as the people of Liyue preferred to call me Rex Lapis, she too goes by another name among locals in Inazuma.
Paimon thinks we've heard that one before. Raiden?
That is the case. And since Raiden is also the Shogun of Inazuma, people call her the Raiden Shogun.
That said, though people at the wharf were saying that the situation in Inazuma is very tense, Paimon doesn't remember that always being the case. It wasn't that bad last year. Zhongli, since you're Rex Lapis, shouldn't you know something about what's happening there? Just how did Inazuma become a closed nation?
It's because of visions.
Visions?
When faced with circumstances beyond their control, humans often bemoan their lack of power. But if a person shows true strength of will at a desperate and fateful moment in their life, the gods will look upon them with favor. This is what visions are. Magical foci bestowed upon those who have been acknowledged by the gods.
That's how people in Teyvat see it.
But starting from last year, the Raiden Shogun began promulgating the Vision Hunt Decree.
Vision Hunt Decree?
Yes. It was an order to seize all visions within Inazuma's borders, and to inlay them upon the hands of the statue of the omnipresent god.
That's
They
wild.
want to see visions. But why? Aren't visions blessings from the gods?
I should think that in the Raiden Shogun's eyes, it is precisely because they are divine blessings that they should be under the sole dominion of divinity.
I get that logic, but at the same time, that's
harsh.
dumb. Like taking away someone else's gift.
For her part, the Raiden Shogun is the god of eternity. It seems as though she has finally decided to eliminate any unstable elements that could pose a threat to her eternal realm. The fact that even I, the oldest of the seven, have now passed away will only strengthen her resolve to pursue eternity.
True.
Knowing her, she must have again quoted that adage she is most fond of when proclaiming that decree to her people. 7 ideals for 7 gods, and of these, eternity is nearest unto the heavenly principles.
Honestly, that sounds about right.
All right then. Was there anything else you wish to know?
Oh gosh, there's so much. Okay, what about the trial? That's not important. What about Child? I don't care about him. Yeah, there's nothing else. Not really.
Well then, I suppose you'll have to find a way to get inside this closed nation. Have patience. I suspect that some serendipity must first come into play.
Woo! We did it! Oh, now we can C6 the Traveler. Oh wow, there's like a lot of missions coming in. Talk to Dainsleif? Perilous Trail. I'm trying to think of like what the next video should be. Why are there so many Archon quests? So this one is about basically how to get to Inazuma, which is why it's a prologue. Perilous Trail, that's an Archon quest, but it's like an interlude kind of thing. This is about the Jade Chamber. Then this is about the Abyss Order. I don't know. I don't know what to do next. Maybe we'll do Dainsleif next? I feel like his story is important, right? Alright guys, that's gonna be the end for this video. Lots and lots of information. Like the gist of it is that basically Zhongli was behind almost everything. He is a mastermind when it comes to strategy and manipulation. He was literally cosplaying as a poor person when we were going around Liyue. He's literally the most dramatic Archon because why would he fake his death like that? That is so traumatizing. He did it in front of literally all these people falling from the sky and just slamming on the ground. That is like, that's so over the top. It's just so funny to me. Zhongli ended up trading his Gnosis for something that the Saritsa, aka the Cryo Archon, is offering him. Which like, I'm wondering what is so powerful or like so equal in value, or at least close to being equal in value, that he would trade his Gnosis. But it's good that the Qixing and the Adepti finally agreed on something, that they should protect Liyue. Well, maybe not Cloud Retainer, because the first episode she did want to just wipe out Liyue Harbor for some reason. But I really do wonder what Zhongli was thinking when he was talking to all those people about the rite of parting and the stuff they needed for it. I wonder how he felt with what they said to him about how sad they are that Rex Lapis is dead. Like, did he feel any regret or guilt or anything? I remember there was this time he was looking at the statue, and I wanted to say something at the time, but I didn't want to spoil anything for anyone who might be new to the series. But I was wondering like what he was thinking. Like, was he like looking at his statue and just thinking, I'm leaving behind my people, abandoning them? Am I breaking my contract? You know, like, did he feel like guilt at all? So I was really curious about that. If only we were playing as Nahida, then we could read his mind. I feel like people don't really talk about Zhongli and his character. I feel like they're all interesting in their own way, but Zhongli definitely got reduced to the oldest Archon, just talkative, babbling old man kind of thing, which kind of sucks because I think he's an interesting character. However, I am excited for the next chapter when we eventually get to Inazuma, but first we have to do other stuff first. So I'm not sure if I should do that off camera. I don't know. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed. Sorry this video is so long because I know it's about to be over an hour again. I do hope that you enjoyed the video, and I hope you have a wonderful day. Bye!